So it's been probably I think 3 or 4 days since I've weighed myself in the morning. So this is day 4 of the cut. Oh.
182.2 pound.
And all time.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to today's video. And as you just seen, we weighed in at 182.2 pounds. And I've actually been drinking a whole lot more water, so I'm holding less water weight. Actually, the day after, so today is Thursday, and Monday is when I started cutting and started eating less food and tracking my macros. And actually on Tuesday morning, so the day after I started doing all that and drinking more water, I was down to about 183 or 182.8, right in the upper 182s. So now we're about at a good weight where it's going to be probably more consistent. And like I said, I've been drinking more water, and the more water you actually drink, the less water weight you hold on you. So usually, like before, I was watching how much water I was drinking and really tracking everything. I was drinking about, I would say about 1 gallon, and now I'm probably up to about 1.25 to 1.5 gallons a day. And the reason is, when I do get hungry and I don't really have that much macros left, or I don't really have that much macros to expend, I just drink water, and it kind of helps me to suppress my appetite, and it won't be as hungry, just because you can drink, you can chug some water really fast and it just fills you up, and it kind of, it actually, it does work, and you aren't as hungry. So that holds me off until I can get some calories and some nutrients in me. And that being said, I'm about to make up a shake / smoothie, whatever you want to call it, with my fruits and proteins and stuff like that. So I'm about to make that up now. Hello.
22 grams.
Goodbye. So I'm going to let that digest before I head out to the gym. And I have been really fasting until about noon. I think that's what's going to work out best for me, is to just wait till about noon or 12 o'clock and then eat my first big meal. I like to have about 3 big meals throughout my day to get in my calories, to get in my nutrients, rather than having 4 or 5 or 6 smaller meals spread out through the day. And I don't know, it's a personal preference. I like to have bigger meals because I can just eat it really fast and eat a lot of food fast and get in my calories and get in my nutrients, rather than spreading it out throughout the day, because that, honestly, it just takes up so much more time if I was to eat 5 or 6 times a day, and that would not work out for me. So I like to eat bigger meals, and that is one reason that I fast until about 12 o'clock and about noon, and then I can start getting in my calories and my nutrients, and that way I'm not left starving when I go to bed at night. So I'm about to do a little bit of studying, and then I will catch y'all right before we head out to the gym.
Week 8 0 min/week 4 x 1 5 min.
We're about to head out to the gym, and what I'm going to be talking to you guys in the gym about today is really, since I'm cutting now and trying to get as lean as possible, how I'm going to change up my workouts, how I'm going to change my training intensity, and how all that is going to be changing here in the future. So I will catch y'all there. Okie dokie, so we just finished up with posing, and as you can tell, I'm very, very sweaty. But what I want to talk to y'all guys about is, since I am now cutting and trying to get lean, a lot of people have that question of what is the difference in your training or your working out, your workouts, your weight training. What are you going to change from that transition from bulking to cutting? And I think a lot of people mess up here, and as soon as they start their so-called cut, when they stop bulking and trying to lean up and lose some body fat, they change really their whole workout routine. They'll either, if they go, if you've watched my videos, I'm into the powerlifting movements. I love doing some strength sets, so lower rep range and heavy weight, and as well as doing some hypertrophy sets on the end of that. But a lot of people, they'll instantly, if they're lifting the way I do, lifting heavy and in the lower rep range for their big movements, they'll change it up, and as soon as they start cutting, they're going to change it up, and they will start doing higher volume, and they might cut out. They'll stop going heavy on their bench press, their squat, and their deadlift. They won't, if they, like for myself, if I usually squat 315 up to 365, they'll go to 225 or 275 and won't go above that, because I guess the thought that higher reps is going to help you get cut up more, which is not really the case. And especially if you're like myself and you usually lift heavy and you stop lifting heavy just like that, and as soon as you go into a caloric deficit and you stop lifting the way you have been lifting, your body's going to change, and your muscles are going to they're going to react and say, well, we're not going to need to lift this heavy weight anymore, we're not doing it anymore, so we really don't need to be as strong and as big. So that is going to really answer the question that with me, I just started cutting this past week, but my training is really not going to change that much at all. I might, if I need to, I might toss in some cardio, some low intensity or some high intensity interval cardio, but that'll be about it. I might throw that in depending on how my weight continues to change over the next probably 2 weeks. Depending on how the next 2 weeks go, that's going to decide about how much cardio I'm going to start tossing in, and that's going to really just depend how my body changes. And my workouts are going to really be the same. I'm about 18 weeks out or so, and this next probably 2 months to 3 months, really next 2 months, I'm going to try to maybe gain some strength and maybe gain some muscle, and the intensity of my workouts is going to still be pretty high and pretty vigorous. That's like today is you'll never have guessed it, but today is leg day. So I have 225 on the bar there, and I'm going to warm up with that, but I'm going to basically be lifting the same. I'm going to go up to about 315, see how it feels, and if it feels good and I feel strong, I'm going to go on up and maybe go up to upwards of 365. And I'm going to do this for the next few months. I'm going to try to gain some strength. I'm going to try to gain some muscle at the same time as losing some fat. And once I get down to about the last 2 months probably the last 2 months to the last month of my cut and getting really close to my competition, of course I will cut back and I won't be gaining any strength, and I will cut back on the intensity of my workouts. I'll probably change to a more higher volume style, but the reason I will do that then is just to I'll be down to 10, 15 pounds at that point, and once I get down that low, I just really will cut back on the intensity and my strength training, just because of injury prevention, so I won't really get injured, and I don't want to risk that. So that will be the way I would do it when I get really close down to that last month or so. But as for now, I'm going to really keep my training the same way. I'm going to try to gain some strength and try to gain some muscle as well. So all that being said, let's get it. My jug. Where's my jug? Oh.
Leg day?
Leg day. I'm hungry.
Aww. What do you get to eat today? Water?
Yeah. So I just got home from the gym and I'm absolutely starving. So what I'm about to have is some penny pasta noodles with some broccoli, cauliflower, onions, mushrooms, and one of the vegetable link sausages. And I did weigh all this out, and I will let you know about what macros I have left after all of this once I get it whipped up. But I am planning on going out to eat for a friend of mine's birthday tonight, so I am going to leave a little bit of my macros left for later on tonight, and what I'm going to have left is about, so before I eat all this, I have about 150 grams of carbs, I have about 50 grams of fat, and about 96 grams of protein. So the only really protein I have in here, I believe, is this the sausage and maybe a little bit in the noodles. But I will let you know what I have after this is all complete. And the only thing I plan on getting when I go out tonight is really a Caesar salad with no dressing or no croutons. So basically just some leafy greens and some chicken as my protein source, which I will still have at least 70 grams or 60 something grams of protein left over after all this. But I'm about to whip this up, and one thing I just I can't believe is that I really can't believe this is not butter. I'm just kidding, but this is, I'm just gonna do a little bit of butter spray and that, and then maybe that'll add a little bit of flavor. And this is 0 calorie butter spray, and honestly I just can't believe it's not butter. But let's make sure that we don't have anything that'll catch on fire on this before I get it all turned on. Alright, so I think we're clear. So there's the final product, and after I eat all that, oh god, my mouth's watering. It smells so good. I hope it looks good, but I have 83 grams of carbs left, 58 grams of protein left, and 38 grams of fat left. So that's
In the arms of the angel, fly.
well, that was straight delicious. Oh, just yum yum in my tum tum. I actually threw a little bit, like a little squirt of sriracha, and tossed it around in the bowl, and then ate it up, and it was, oh, it just didn't last long enough. But I'm about to get ready and head out to go to dinner. I'm not gonna bring the camera or anything. It's not my birthday, and we're just gonna go and just celebrate my friend's birthday and just hang out and have a good time. I am going to, just get a plain Caesar salad like I mentioned. I'm not going to get any croutons or any dressing on the Caesar salad, just grilled chicken and basically the greens. And if you do go out, people think they do a good job when they get a salad, but you have to watch out for the croutons, because croutons are actually loaded with carbs, and you also have to watch out for the dressing, because the dressing is loaded with, carbs and fat as well. So those two will get you. You get a salad, but you throw a ton of dressing on there and throw a ton of croutons, and then you're not even, you could have got a burger and done better. But yeah, I'm about to get ready, and then I'm going to head out. I'll probably catch you guys when I get back. Alrighty, so I just got home, and I ended up getting a large chicken Caesar salad with no croutons or no salad dressing. So I'm probably not going to eat anything else for tonight. I think that'll hold me off, and of course I couldn't so-called track my macros with that, but with the macros that I had left for today, I think that honestly did a good job of filling it up. And it was honestly a very big salad, so I kind of got filled up with eating all the Caesar salad. It's romaine lettuce, so I got pretty filled up with that. And I did not get croutons or salad dressing, because I'm telling you, you got to watch out for salad dressing, and you have to watch out for croutons. Croutons are loaded with carbs, and so is salad dressing, so you have to watch out for those two when you are trying to get cut up and shredded. But that is what I ended up having, and that's going to end it for today. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button for me. And as always, guys, thank y'all so much for watching, and keep getting stronger.